believe the worst, don't we? Hey, I've just arrived in my hotel in Phan Thiet. It was a 4-hour bus journey, and when I got off I realised that it was really far from the bus station. I've never had that before in my whole journey. I've always managed to plan things really well, and this one was a good 200,000 dong or 250,000 dong taxi ride. That's the most expensive taxi ride. That's like $15, you know, which is expensive, but I think I've planned it so that it's 10 seconds from 3 gyms. There's 3 gyms in a row down there, and they're all crazy and they're all really packed, but you know, that's cool. And also I think it's 2-minute walk to the bus station tomorrow, not tomorrow, the day after, when I'm getting the bus back to Ho Chi Minh. So I think I planned it well in some ways, but not in others. But I've reached the hotel, and I'm going to be honest, it's not very magical. I'm laying at the moment on a double bed, and there's a single bed in the distance. It's a family room. It doesn't have very much magic. It's very I don't know. I mean, it's nice. It's got a fan. It supposedly has hot water, but my shower was cold, but maybe I didn't let it heat up. It's got a wardrobe behind me. It's got a fridge that I can put things in. And it seems to be quite lively out there. I think I passed a vegan restaurant, which I'm going to check out soon. But yeah, all the hostels I've stayed at have sort of been actual hostels where I can meet people, and they all have good vibes and friendly vibes. And this one I've had to climb 4 flights of stairs, and this room is really massively big, and I think I'm going to feel very lonely tonight when I turn the light out and try to sleep. Even though I've got a double bed and this mattress seems pretty cool, but I'm a little bit jealous not jealous, I don't like to be jealous, but I'm a little bit annoyed, I suppose is the word. Not annoyed again, I'm not that annoyed. I'm really, really calm and chilled. But I passed through Moi Ni, I think it's Moi Ni or Moi Nei, I think. That's what the taxi driver was saying. And it was really lovely, and it just seemed really modern, and there was lots of shops. Not that I'm buying anything, but there were lots of shops, interesting shops, like organic shops, and really, really cool looking things. And a really lovely beach, even though the weather is not good, and I don't know if tomorrow I'm going to get any sunshine whatsoever. I think it's supposed to be thunderstorms, so I might be trapped in the hotel room. But when I drove past it, I was like, I could have stayed here a night and then come down to Phan Thiet for a night. But Phan Thiet apparently has an amazing night market. I don't quite think it would beat the Dalat market that I went to last night. But I'm just going to head out in a minute with one shoe on, clearly, and one shoe off, and find some food, get an ATM. I didn't want to draw any more money out, and that taxi just completely took all the money out of me, and now I'm left with a $500,000, I wish, 500,000 dong note, and that's got to pay for this place here, and tomorrow, my last hostel in Ho Chi Minh for the night and a half. So yeah, this is just, I'm not going to say anything negative about the place. I'm going to go and explore. When I first came into Phan Thiet, it's known for creating this smelly fish sauce. And when I came in for about 5 minutes in the taxi, all I could smell was fish. And I was thinking, this is going to be hell on earth. If I arrive in this city and it just smells of fish consistently, I'm not going to leave the hotel, because it was really quite potent. But there's no smell around here, but it seems quite lively. And yeah, I'm just going to head out, look for an ATM, look for some food, figure out where the nearest gym is, maybe even visit and find out the cost of the gym, have a little look around, have a gander, and then just come back here and chill, I think. And I think I'm in the mood for recording a couple of other videos that aren't related to Vietnam for once. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and probably you're going to see some footage next of me exploring this town and finding things, hopefully some cool things. Hello, welcome to Jen eating a mango and talking with her mouth full. So I'm in Phan Thiet, and I think I'm going to brave it to the beach today. It supposedly is going to thunderstorm in an hour, but the weather outside is really hot, and I have money on my Grab account to use up before I leave Vietnam, so I think I'm going to attempt to go to the beach, but it could be an absolute disaster and I could get soaking wet. So I've just been to the gym, a really, really lovely gym. That was about a 13-minute walk. Ended up being offered a job in the gym, which was pretty cool, but I couldn't take it obviously because I'm not amazingly fond of this area, and I don't know, it sort of shows to me either my skill when I train myself or the lack of knowledge from the gym side of things, because maybe I don't train myself as well as I should. But anyway, so now I'm going to indulge myself in this mango. Yesterday I went to the supermarket and I bought some more cashew nuts, some bananas, some dried fruit. I'm really budgeting now. I drew out another 200,000 dong yesterday, and that is really it. I have to go by what I have now. Luckily the gym is a lot cheaper than everywhere else I've been. It's 30,000, so I will be going back there tomorrow to do leg day. Even though I did leg day yesterday, I'm going back there tomorrow to do leg day. So when I get back to Ho Chi Minh and I go to the gym on the next day, the final day in Vietnam, I can train chest, shoulders and triceps, because the squat rack at the gym in Ho Chi Minh is so terrible. It actually gave me a backache the next day up here, just because of the way that when I was trying to squat, the weight on my shoulder just wasn't straight. It was really rigidy and old and rusty, so I couldn't do leg day very well there. So I can do it at this gym, and then yeah, that's my gym regime if you wanted to know. I've done something very naughty, and I feel it's not my fault, but I went to the gym, finished the gym. I keep saying gym, if your name's Jim. And I bought 2 bottles of what I thought was water from the gym. And I was walking down the road and I opened one and I was like, this looks a bit strange. It looks a little bit cloudy. It's called Aquarius. And I found out that actually it's an isotonic drink. And when I looked closely, yes, it's got lovely extra B6, B5, B3, as in vitamin B5, B3, B6. And it's vegan, I checked. It has sugar in it. Has lots of what looks like really terrible E numbers. It's 94 calories for this little bottle, and it's from Coca-Cola. So even though it's not what you'd say fizzy, it's still not particularly healthy, and I have 2 of these. So I'm going to, I mean, don't get me wrong, it tastes really nice, but yeah, this is not what I normally drink. It's not what I indulge in. I don't particularly like things that have this sort of sugar. I prefer this sort of sugar. But yeah, I'll have one today and one tomorrow, and just take it as a learning curve. This is a very quick video to say I'm so excited. I've just ordered my first Grab bike, so I'm going on the back of a motorbike, and it's nothing like coming out first thing in the morning at 9 o'clock and finding somebody is doing really terrible karaoke behind where I'm currently sitting. So what a good start to the day. Guys, I've reached my destination. And while it says it's supposedly thunderstorming in about 10 minutes, this is beautiful. So I've made it to the beach. I will have to say that somebody told me that this beach is really dirty, and I can see what they mean. There are quite a number of pieces of litter, but I'm trying not to let it spoil the fact that the sun is gorgeous. And I'm just walking along the beach now, trying to pass the rather cheesy 80s sounding music and a couple of groups of people that are up here, and find my own little spot, and hopefully, fingers crossed, get at least a couple of hours worth of sunshine and a couple of swims before this supposed thunderstorm kicks in. I mean, if you look out to the sea, the sky looks pretty clear and the weather is scorching hot, 34 degrees. So hopefully this tan of mine that's peeling away will be intensified somewhat this morning. That's the plan for today. What a hard life I live. Hi guys, welcome to the end of Venturing in Vietnam part 12, where we have a special guest. I am so disgusting. Sorry, this has come up through me eating too much fruit by the looks of things, too much fructose. I look like I kind of look like I've bathed in mud, but it is because I've actually developed a bit of a tan today from being at the beach, and I shouldn't be moving around too quickly, that's a bit crazy for you. Just thought I'd finish this video by telling you the few little things that have happened to me in the last day or so. This is what you get when you don't wash your hair after being in the sea. But I'll do it tomorrow. So my crazy adventures when I got to the beach were, if you haven't been to Asia, one thing you'll realise is in certain parts of Asia, and we had this in Bali, and I've also now had it today in Vietnam, is that sometimes you are treated a little bit like a celebrity, and people want pictures with you. So I was walking on the beach after the last video you just seen, the last clip, about a minute after stopping the tape, I had a guy approach me and was like, "Can I have a picture with you?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure," you know. And then all of a sudden, like, all of the family just came running along, and about 20 people got in the picture. I really wish I'd actually given my phone so they could take a picture as well, so I could post it online for you guys to see. But yeah, I had my picture taken. And then I went and lounged on the beach, as you can see, for a nice period of time. Got a nice bit of tone going on here, especially my tummy is really looking brown, which is great. I had a bit of an odd experience though. I was approached by a Vietnamese man towards the end of my stay when the sun looked like it was about to drop and the possible thunderstorm coming in. It never actually came in, but it looked like it was going that way. So I thought, in a minute I'm going to pack up, and then this guy comes along and he wants to have a chat, but he doesn't speak any English, I don't speak any Vietnamese, so we tried our best. He kept trying to force feed me cigarettes, and I had to tell him multiple times, no, it's okay, I don't smoke, I don't want a cigarette. Anyway, so he goes off and he fills up my bottle of water for me and brings it back, and as nice as that is, I did not see where he got the water source from, even though it looked proper refreshing and really cool. I just didn't have the confidence to drink the water, so I ended up chucking it away and then suffering for about half an hour until I could find some more water. But we ended up talking, and he was trying to, the idea I got from him, and I could be completely wrong, was that he went to the local church. He kept pointing to the church and saying like he prays and going to the local church. And then I think he was trying to invite me for dinner. Like he was trying to invite me, like he's like, "Oh, you come with me," sort of thing, and you eat. And I was like, no, it's okay. And once he tried to take something off my forehead, and I was like, whoa, no, don't touch, the hands stay there, sort of thing. But it was a bit strange because he kept looking, he kept like pointing to my arms. Oh, can I just point out as well, when he first came over, I was topless, and I had my bikini like quite low down, so I was trying to get a tan on my bum. So when he went off to get water, I very quickly put some clothes on, because I was like, oh, I'm kind of trapped here, I can't sit up, because if I sit up, I'm going to expose myself to him, which is probably what he wanted, but I wasn't willing to do that. Yeah, and then he kept pointing to like my arms and saying, "Oh, the sun." And I said, "Oh yeah, you know, I've got this lotion, this Nivea sunscreen that I'm using to protect my skin." And then he kept pointing to his skin and saying that I think I got the impression that he works a lot outdoors and therefore he burns his skin, which I found really strange because his skin didn't look particularly burnt, and also because he lives here, his skin would be fairly used to the heat. But anyway, and then I said to him about having some. I said, "Oh, do you want some?" I pointed to my lotion. I said, "Oh, do you want some?" He was like, "Oh, yes, please, thank you." So he took it. Anyway, I started to pack up. I said, "No, I'm going to go." I had to tell him many times, "No, I'm going to walk off. I'm going that way, you know. I'm not coming with you." And when I packed up, I was about to leave, and he sort of got up and said, "Oh, you know, thank you," and shook my hand. And then he took my Nivea sunscreen. And I think what I did is I actually gave it to him rather than offering him some. I think he just took it. Luckily, it's the last day I'm going to spend on the beach, and tomorrow I'm going to be in Ho Chi Minh, and even if it's scorching hot, I should be able to survive a day. Just have to cover my arms a little bit, but I'm fairly used to the temperature now. But I thought, wow, I've just given a random stranger my half bottle of Nivea sunscreen. But you know, he clearly needed it more for whatever reason, so I'm glad that he's hopefully got something to make him happy for the day. But yeah, that was a bit strange. I ended up walking around for quite a while and I just couldn't find any water. You know when your mouth gets so dry and you just think, oh my goodness, like I need water now. I just couldn't find anywhere at all. Ended up coming back here. There's supposed to be a vegan restaurant and I went around the corner a minute ago. It's 30 seconds from here. It says vegan food and it's so exciting, except it's closed. Yeah, and I also found the gyms, which are 30 seconds from my house, but I think I'm still going to walk 15 minutes tomorrow because I prefer the other one. It's a bit more spacious and cool. But I came back here and I thought, okay, I'm going to go out soon. I'm going to go and find some food, and I've not left since about 4 o'clock. I've been here since 4 o'clock, so about 4 hours almost. And what have I been doing? Well, I've been eating an entire pot of cashew nuts. I'm talking 200 grams here. A couple of bananas, a whole bag of dried pineapple pieces, and I've been drinking out of the mini bar. I hope it's not too expensive. I mean, I've just been drinking water. I've not been drinking. That's be a sad state of affairs. And yeah, and I've just been listening to some woman. I need to speak better, I tell you that on these videos. I'm really letting my speech go. I was listening to some karaoke going on outside my window, and this particular woman, wow, she was just screaming, actually screaming. She was la la la, ah, proper screaming. I've never heard this song before, but it sounds intriguing. You know, a mixture of pop and metal. But just thought I'd finish this video by saying I've had quite a good day, but I've also just been dancing around to Dua Lipa. Is that how you say it? Dua Lipa? Is that her name? I don't know names, I just know songs. Listening to her album, like dancing around. She's the only person I've really listened to since being in Vietnam. I really like her album, so yeah, I've been listening to her non-stop, and I saved myself some money by not going out and eating. But now I'm down to 2 bananas, which are my breakfast before my leg day tomorrow. So yeah, this is Venturing in Vietnam part 12. Not very exciting at all. There's probably going to be one more part, which, oh my goodness, Venturing in Vietnam part 13. Ah, I'm lucky. It's one of my favourite numbers, so I might end on 13, I think. And if I do one more, it's probably just going to be me going out and dancing for the whole night, and you'll get to see lots of interesting footage, so make sure you check that out. Thank you for watching so far, for my craziness. There's nothing, as I said, these videos are unscripted, unplanned, and they don't make a lot of sense, but I'm hoping that you enjoy them, at least somewhat. But yeah, until my final video, take care.